What's up, people? I'm driving, so I can't really read the comments, but I'll let people stream in here. Undefeated streak continues. How's everyone doing tonight? Good? Good? Excellent. If you're in the chat, let's see some turtle emojis, people. Alright, the notifications. I just got a notification, so we should be live in a moment. We'll get this post-court stream started. Alright. Look at all them turtle emojis. God damn. Alright, guys, so impromptu. Sorry about the delay with this, but so after court we went to this bar in Watertown called Donahue's. We were there for like hours, like I feel like. So I apologize for not getting back to you guys, but anyway, I'm on the highway right now, just driving to Mohegan Sun. I got my daughter's cheering competition tomorrow here. Joy, it's gonna be so much fun. Kill me now. Anyway, if you guys missed it, I won 2-0 today. Actually 4-0, because there was 2 plaintiffs there that tried to. So there's 2 hearings today. So the first hearing was for the harassment prevention order, and that was open to the public. A lot of you guys might have seen that. Apparently there was like over 200 people on the Zoom, and in the courtroom was packed, man, packed. Turtle riders were like everywhere, you people. It was awesome. So there's all these turtle riders everywhere, and actually that was all right. So let's start from the top. So I didn't think he was going to show up. He showed up. I see him smoking a cigarette with his wife. Okay. So I get in there. There's all these turtle riders there. Go into the courtroom. I have never seen so many. We're going to talk about this more in detail on the show tomorrow night. But I've never seen so many of the court officers, the white shirts, in one courtroom in my life. Like, it was not a big courtroom, and it was just packed with court officers. And so they call us up. We're the only hearing. Not a lot of hearings happen at 3. They call us up, and the judge comes in, the liberal judge with short hair comes in, and she doesn't know what any of this shit is. A lot of you guys probably saw it, whatever. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about it, and give me a big thumbs up on this one. Leave a comment afterwards too, because I'm not going to have time to read the chat when I'm driving. Got to focus, but I will read the chat afterwards. So they call us up, and I got to sit right next to this dude, and they put a guard like between us. It was like a freaking murder trial. Like, it was crazy. And he got to say his side of the story, and then I got to say my side of the story. They wanted to go off on tangents about, you know, the blogs themselves, and he brought a lawyer with him. I guess. I don't know if this guy's a real lawyer or not. He looked like he shopped at the Goodwill store. Big baggy suit, and, you know, generally lawyers do the talking for you. But Fucci wanted to do some talking himself. And at one point, I don't know if you guys are watching this, at one point, Fucci wouldn't shut up. He just kept running his mouth. Like, they got to say their part, and I got to keep my mouth shut when that happens, even though they're lying through their teeth. And then I get to go, and I'm like talking, and I hear her and him keep trying to interrupt me. And then he starts saying something, and he's like, Mike, we talked about this. Don't talk. No more. You gotta stop. He's like, I'm trying hard. I'm trying hard, Fucci says. And he goes, try harder. Try harder. So he just kept talking over. He kept trying to talk over me. Anyway, so it didn't go very well for him. They needed evidence, obviously, of 3 or more instances of harassment that put her or him in fear for their life. They didn't have that. Like, they said the whole lie about coming to their house. I showed the judge the tape, and on the tape it's very clear. Like, I don't touch the doorknob. Even if I did touch the doorknob, it's still not attempted breaking and entering. But I didn't even touch the doorknob. I just knocked on the door, and it's all on tape. And the kicker is, his lawyer said that he didn't even see it. He hadn't even seen the tape. So, like, what? So I had to show the tape, and whatever. They brought it up to the judge. The judge looked at it. Obviously, nothing was there. She ruled in my favor. She ruled in my favor. She didn't even think about it. Didn't take it into consideration. Denied. They were not happy about that. And then they clear the courtroom. Time for hearing number 2, the criminal complaint hearing. And this would be heard in front of the magistrate. So the court officer, nice guy, turtle rider, brings me upstairs, and that room's busy. So then they got to bring me downstairs, and we're going to go back in the courtroom we came from. And I get there, and they're sitting there. So Fucci goes, I walk into the courtroom. So the second time, it's closed to the public. You cannot watch. So I go in there, and Fucci is standing there, and he's like, I just want to talk to you. I just want to say something to you. I just want to say something to you. And the lawyer's going, Mike, stop talking. Stop talking. No, I just want to say something. It's gonna be a compliment. It's gonna be a compliment. I go, I got nothing to say to you, Fucci. I go, you had your chance to talk to me when I called you, or when I showed up at your parents' house. That was your chance to talk. Now I got nothing to say to you. Compliment me. What are you gonna say? He was gonna try to smooze me or something. Like, you have my number. You can call me whenever you want. But so the hearing begins, and it's this old-ass magistrate. He's like 150 years old, at least. And he can't hear anything I'm saying and shit. I'm like, oh, great. So, but he was really good. He was just like, we are here to talk about, you have to establish probable cause that this man attempted to commit a crime, breaking and entering against you. And they tell their whole thing. It all hinged on, they kept saying, he opened the screen door, and then he knocked on the door, and then he jiggled the knob. And he tried to break in that way. My parents were so scared. Now it's my turn. I'm like, first of all, Your Honor, perjury. I pulled the Genetti. It's perjury, Your Honor. And he goes, I'll be the one to decide perjury. Okay, Your Magistrate. That's correct. He is going to be the one. So he looks at, and I'm like, actually, this is all on tape. And because he wasn't there for the first hearing with the judge. I go, actually, it's all on tape. And as you'll see in the video, I never make contact with the handle. So show the video. And if you watch the video, you can't actually see the handle to the front door. You can see me open the door. They said I was there forever, too. I'm like, I was there for like 2 seconds. I was there for 1 minute. So you can see me opening the screen door. First of all, I knock on the screen door. And then I open it up. And I'm like, I had to open up the screen door because, first of all, it's reasonable to do so. Like, people open screen doors and, like, leave pamphlets in there and, like, you know, it's what you do. And I'm like, I opened the screen door because I knocked on the screen door and they couldn't hear me on the video. And she says, well, we heard you. We just didn't want to answer. Okay, well, I didn't know you could hear me. I'm like, first of all, it sounds like a lie, but okay. So show the video. And Fucci's like, he grabs her real quick after he knocks. You can't see his hand. I'm like, Go. I challenge anyone to go watch that video. That door, the screen door, closed within like a split second. Like, I knock. I'm holding the camera with one hand, the phone one hand, and I knock, and I immediately let the door close. That's what happens. I'd have to be 𝗵𝗴𝗃𝗃 to somehow get a jiggle in there. And also, I'd like to point out to the magistrate, I said, if you look at the video, he's not in the video when this allegedly doorknob gets jiggled. So, how do you know it got jiggled? The magistrate asked him that. And he's like, well, I know the house real well. I could hear it. You could hear it? I couldn't hear it. I'm like, so it's just such nonsense. And I showed it. I'm like, and then I leave, and I actually say I meant no harm. And so that's the end of it. So anyway, it was denied on the spot. So, and they were not happy by it. They were pissed. So I got escorted out of court. I got a couple videos. Some people took videos of me walking out of it's one of the greatest walks of shame I've ever seen. So we went to this bar in Watertown called Donahue's. Really good, nice guy named JD, Turtle Rider, owns it. And I will talk about one person I met tonight who hopefully somebody dipped on the fucking tab. I swear to God, that's what I heard afterwards. And I'm gonna Shane Catoni ended up paying it. I'm fucking pissed about that, by the way. If you're watching right now, you know who you are. I'm gonna fucking call your ass out if you don't fucking go down there and fucking take care of that right now. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so we had a great time there, and I met. So guess who else was in the courtroom? The mother of his child was there. And according to 𝗵𝗏𝗃, who was there before me, he heard that when Fucci walked in with his wife, he introduced her to the mother of his child. And then he tried to have the mother of the child thrown out of the courtroom, and the officers yelled at him. Yeah, you guys missed the craziest fucking day, of course. It was crazy. It was denied. They were like, dude, you don't get to make that decision. That's not how it works. So anyway, so then we go to this bar in Watertown, and not only does the mother of the child show up, but so does the other girlfriend and her sister who came on the show the other night, and the other girlfriend's going to come on the live show tomorrow night. And she's going to spill all the tea. And we're going to talk all about the hearing. Side note real quick. It's all recorded. I'm putting in the request for the audio as soon as I can. But at one point during the hearing, I said, Your Honor, because I think she asked me, like, why are you going to this person's house? I'm like, oh, he's famous, Your Honor. I go, he's a celebrity chef. I go, he's in the top 5% of chefs. I go, no, not 5%. He's the 5th ranked chef in Massachusetts, 20th ranked in the country, and top 100 in the world. He's been on the Food Network. He's a celebrity chef, Your Honor. And then the judge asks him, are you a celebrity? And he goes, no. Like, immediately, no. I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to get that audio and play it over and over and over again. It is going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome. So, so I met a lot of really cool people today, not going to lie. We need to do a Turtleboy, like an actual event soon. But Yvonne was there. Yvonne was like the initial whistleblower. But I also met Mike, one of the chefs that got screwed over by him. And I met like a really nice retired couple from Needham who gave to one of his GoFundMes. A lot of people had never heard of Turtleboy before Fucci. Like, Fucci was the draw here. Like, a lot of people I met today had never heard of Turtleboy before. And until Fucci came along, and then they're like, what have I been missing this whole time? And we kind of like, everybody at the bar united around Fucci. Like, he brought a lot of people together, I'll give him that. And I will say this about the wife, Jennifer, like, when I left she was real aggressive in court, like an asshole. Like, wasn't just a passive participant in this, but was like equally as bad as him. But you know what? I met a lot of people tonight who knew her. And I'm not saying any names or anything like that, but they seem like really nice people. And they basically are just shell-shocked from this. They're just like, this is not the person that we know. Like, this is not the person we know. And I found out a lot of shit about Mike Fucci's past. Like, for instance, 15 years ago, when they got married, all of the friends had an intervention with her and advised her, don't do it. This guy is shady. 15 years ago. You know why? Because of the train lie. So get this lie. So apparently Fucci, one of his big lies, he's got so many people were telling me stories tonight about like lies that Fucci's told them. Fucci said that he was a train engineer in Maryland, and he caused the death of like 10 people by causing a train crash, and it like sits on his soul or some shit. I'm like, why would anybody make up a lie in which they're the villain? And they said that because when all of the other husbands were talking about like shit, like he wanted something to talk about, he wanted something to say. And so he had to make something up to make people feel bad for him. That he was a train engineer. I swear to God, a train engineer. And they Googled it and they searched it, and obviously nothing was there, because that would be all over the news. Like a train crash, 10 fucking people die, some engineer blew it off, like named Mike Fucci. And they all told her, don't marry him. And she did anyway. And I will take one thing back. Remember I always said that woman's not fertile? That's not true either. She wanted kids. And Fucci told her no. And then he went, because he said he didn't want to have kids. That was his big thing. I don't want to have kids. And then he went and impregnated a woman after. It's like, dude, I'm so fucking blown away by this guy. I don't even know what the fuck to say anymore about this piece of shit. I can't believe he showed up. A lot of you people thought he wasn't going to show up. He showed up. And he really thought that they were going to win this case. Like, dude, they didn't even consider you, dude. I smoked your ass. I smoked your ass. Killed it. Kept the undefeated streak going in court. But again, this was not much of a challenge. I thought she was smarter than that. She tried playing it off. Oh, he's threatening my work. According to her lawyer, by the way, there was somebody from her company there. Like, she's going to lose her job over this. And rightfully so. It's just like, you have a nice job. What are you doing with this loser? Anyway, I'll have more about that tomorrow, guys, for the show. But I just want to say that I had a really fun time. I love court days. You guys know that. I love court days. I love fighting for free speech and the First Amendment. And I love exposing people like Mike Fucci, because they hurt a lot of people. Like, I've met a lot of people tonight who are personally affected by this man, and it just needs to end. You can't have this guy going around doing this anymore. You can't have him getting away with it. He's hurt a lot of fucking people, man. It's not good. So, I'm going to request the audio. It's going to be golden, let me tell you. And I hope you guys are all tuning in tomorrow night. So we're going to be talking about this some more. And we're going to have on a woman who thought she was his girlfriend, had no idea he was married, and has been put through personal hell by Mike Fucci. So anyway, I just want to come on here and tell you guys that the winning streak continues. Turtleboy is still undefeated in court. Another couple of victories today. And don't poke the turtle, Mike Fucci, because here we are. Here we are, my friend. And anyway, we'll see you guys all tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Peace!